What's up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about three of the most mass appealing fragrances in my collection. So these are three mass appealing fragrances. Every time I wear these, I get a a lot of compliments, reactions, or just people mentioning what am I wearing. I'm going to try to stop talking about the same kind of fragrances. So Imagination is not in this video. Aventus Cologne is also not in this video. These are just three other fragrances in my collection that do the same thing. But if you're interested in those two, they do that as well. So let's go ahead and get started with Sauvage Elixir. So Sauvage Elixir is one that I've recommended to a lot of coworkers. I don't wear it to work because of how many people I've recommended to, but it's still a beautiful scent. A little bit more of the old school kind of masculine DNA. But doesn't mean it's a bad one, right? People compare it to Drakkar Noir. I don't really see it. I would say this is way better than Drakkar Noir, and I do own a bottle of Drakkar Noir. But if I'm like looking for the compliments, if I'm looking to, if I'm going to a crowd of people and I want a statement to be made, then I'll probably wear something like Sauvage Elixir. Everyone's gonna love it. Just because it has the name Sauvage on it doesn't mean everyone owns it. Sauvage, especially Sauvage Elixir, is a little bit pricier. So everybody that goes to like a Sephora or an Ulta or whatever where they see fragrances, they're going to see that Sauvage Elixir is a little bit more expensive. They're probably going to stick with the Sauvage Parfum, Sauvage Parfum, maybe just Blue Chanel's. So you don't have to worry about too many people having this. In my case, I do have a lot of people wearing it just because I've recommended this to other people and they ended up purchasing it, right? So I'm not going to be in the position where I'm going to wear this fragrance. Instead, I'll one-up them. I'll wear Absolute Aventus. But yeah, it's still a really good fragrance. That would be number one. Number two, as it gets a little bit colder, this is a fragrance that in the cold weather, it just compliment machine for sure, at least for me. That's going to be Angel Share by Killian. So this is a fragrance that I did used to own a clone of. The clone was Fire Desire by Amir. It was a really good clone of it. It just was less cinnamon heavy, and that's a clone that I wore for a while. I made a pretty big dent on that clone. And then after getting the Real Thing, you kind of notice the quality differences, and I ended up preferring the Real Thing. So yeah, Angel Share, that's a fragrance that when I first moved to Buffalo, I had the clone already. I was a compliment getter with the clone. Even when I got the Real Thing, it's even gotten me more compliments. So Angel Share is definitely one of those mass appealing fragrances. Definitely probably just because a little bit, more, it's unique. It's a unique sweet fragrance. So the only thing is, if you're going to be like sweating or something, obviously probably wear this more towards cold weather. But if you're going to be sweating, I wouldn't recommend. I'm gonna hit you with the trust me bro on that, just because I've been in a situation that I was sweating and I wasn't expecting to, and I was wearing this fragrance and I was hating myself. But I also don't like sweet fragrances. So if you really love sweet fragrances like that, then go ahead. But for someone that doesn't really enjoy sweet fragrances and have to be in the mood for them, on top of that, like sweating while wearing one, nah. And then lastly, to wrap this video up, it's gonna be L'Immensité. Just something different that is not Imagination. L'Immensité is at pretty much like the number 2 spot for getting me those kind of compliments or getting me noticed, and just like they're just mass appealing. A lot of people are talking about my fragrance. A lot of people enjoy them. Don't really get anybody that's like, what are you wearing? Easy to wear. Again, this is another fragrance that I used to have a clone of. It was Maison Alhambra's. I don't remember what the what was the Maison? I don't remember the Immortal. That's what it was called. It was Maison Alhambra Immortal. That was my favorite clone of this DNA. Does really well. I bought it when I really wasn't I was into fragrances, but I wasn't following fragrance content, or like I really didn't know about the Louis Vuittons and all that stuff. It was just someone that I smelled at the airport that wasn't wearing a Louis Vuitton fragrance. It was a passenger. He pretty much told me only go with Louis. Like, he only wears Louis Vuitton fragrances and he only owns Louis Vuitton fragrances. And I saw him twice. And each time, so like the one time he was wearing Ombre Nomad, the other time he was like wearing La Mentite, and I was like, all right, I got to look into this stuff. So I went on Amazon, and on Amazon I saw clones of it or just like fake versions of it, and I was like, I'll try them out. You know, maybe they're good. So smelled them. That was Immortal by Maison Alhambra, and it was Ombre by Maison Alhambra. That was the Ombre Nomad clone. I'm sorry. And yeah, I mean, I thought it was good enough. I wasn't really at the time willing to spend $300 to $400 on a fragrance. Now I have all of them, right? Now I'm just that guy, you know. No, I'm kidding. Now I see the value in spending that much, so I will spend that much. It's kind of like if you're not into Rolexes, or if you're not into watches, and just buying a Rolex, not knowing the value of a Rolex, you're just buying a Rolex just because it's a Rolex. It's kind of like buying a Louis Vuitton fragrance just because it's a Louis Vuitton. Instead of just like maybe appreciating cheaper watches, and you know, maybe you slowly start to spend more with watches. So maybe you start off with something, I don't know, like a Fossil watch that you find on an outlet, and then you just slowly start, you know, going to Movados. And I don't really know much about watches. I know a little bit, but just a little bit. But it would be like going from I don't have a watch to buying a Rolex just because I don't have a watch, right? You don't appreciate what it is. So yeah, that's where I'm at the point. I'm okay with spending that much money on fragrances. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Let me know what you guys think. These are 3 mass appealing fragrances in my collection. Let me know which fragrances in your collection are mass appealing. Don't gatekeep, please. I share all my knowledge with you. I swear I don't gatekeep. That's all I have for you guys. Please leave a like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one, guys.